What's up, visionaries? Before we get into this real quick, I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers in 2026, and I need your help to do it. So if this channel helps you think more clearly about money, power, and where capital is actually moving, hit the like button and subscribe. Now, also do me a favor in the comments. Tell me what you want broken down. If there's something you don't understand or something you want explained from an institutional angle, I will make a video just for that. I don't want to guess content to make for you. I want to make content that's worth your time and your eyes. So, all right, let's get into this. Donald Trump is set to interview Rick Rieder, who is one of BlackRock's top bond and fixed income investment managers. Now, let me explain why that matters. Rick Rieder has been floated as a potential candidate for the Federal Reserve and at one point was reportedly among several finalists being considered to eventually succeed Jerome Powell. This is not random. This is positioning. And when you combine that with recent conversations circulating around Powell, the DOJ, and how much pressure is building around monetary policy, you start realizing this isn't just noise. There's something deeper going on. So, manatee, look at this. See if I can zoom in on it. Let's see. Can I flip? No, I flip. Look, it's coming closer. See, you can see that shadow right there. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that thing. Dude, there's a baby one. Look at that. Super cool. See, I have to always try to, that kind of interrupted the flow, but this is what the kind of content I want to make. I want to make content that is in real time because you're going to need to touch grass. So sorry, part of the interruption. Hopefully that was worth your eyes and ears. That was something really cool to see. So as you already know, I've been telling you for years that my portfolio strategy is built around the ideas laid out in the fourth industrial revolution. I used to think a lot of this was conspiracy talk, if I'm being honest, but it's not conspiracy, it's coordination. And now it's happening out in the open. Trump has already announced plans to attend Davos, where the World Economic Forum meets. And what I want you to understand is this. Not everyone at the World Economic Forum is the villain people paint them out to be. What matters more are the partnerships behind the scenes. This isn't just BlackRock. This is JP Morgan Chase. This is asset managers, banks, policymakers, and insurers. This is the infrastructure being built. And this is where you need to start thinking in terms of buy the rumor, sell the news. So, I'm still a little bit taken aback about that. Now, I want you guys to zoom out. Trump has been openly talking about wanting to cut interest rates. And how do you cut rates when they're not giving you what you want? You control the Fed by positioning people. Trump believes rates are too high, and if rates start coming down, that will change everything. See, liquidity, risk appetite, asset prices. That's why I keep telling you, get your financial affairs in order. Not just emotionally, we're talking about strategically. You need to see the board before the pieces move. So then again, this is just so cool. This isn't me yelling at you for attention. This isn't hype. This isn't speculation. This isn't something you either see it or you don't. Because if you don't understand that we are standing at one of the greatest wealth transfer moments of all time, you are going to miss it. Not because you weren't smart enough, but because you weren't patient enough. Maybe some of you aren't smart enough. Just kidding. I don't know people like that. But most people are going to get impatient. When is it going to happen? No one knows. They want things to change overnight. But as I always tell you, smart money doesn't rush. Smart money is patient. It moves with advisors. It demands insurance, and it waits for the systems to be in place. That's why I keep talking. And what I call the pen to paper moment is when the market's going to take off. That's when clarity turns into action. Many of you are going to try to invest after that and miss the opportunity. And right now, we're waiting on the clarity through regulation, including things that I call the Clarity Act. In the meantime, volatility is not going away. There are macroeconomic pressures, geopolitical tensions, and policy uncertainty. Markets are going to be choppy, and that's exactly why clarity matters more than prediction. We are clearly moving into a more digital world. Blockchain, digital assets, tokenization, and one thing people keep overlooking is insurance. That's why Rick Rieder matters. He comes from fixed income. And if you watched recent interviews with Larry Fink, like this one here,
there's so much conversation going on about AI and how AI is going to be reshaping the world. There's not enough conversation about how technology is going to be reshaping the financial services area too, and the need for democratization. As Secretary Besson talked about the democratization of investing in America, there are slews of middlemen in the whole financial services area. We have elongated settlements, elongated processes. If we could digitize every asset, so if we could digitize all stocks and bonds and have it more seamless going from a digital wallet of cash or stable coin into equities or bonds through, in most categories, through an ETF, it will reduce the friction costs, the transaction costs, and it allows a much more free flow. So there's $4.1 trillion of money in digital wallets globally, sitting in stable coins mostly. And can you now, and right now if they wanted to go into a bond or stock or have a real estate transaction, they have to take the money out of the digital wallet into a traditional wallet and have all those commissions and fees and all that stuff. So the whole idea of tokenization of all assets, including real estate ultimately, is to just reduce huge friction costs, making investing easier, simpler. You could, as the Secretary was talking about this one account, you could do this all through your app, and it's going to allow a more, I would say, a free-flowing process of investing.
He's been very clear that he believes blockchain will be the backbone of fixed income and capital markets. See, that's not retail hype. That's institutional planning. So, here's the takeaway. The shift is happening with or without you. The question isn't whether you agree with it. The question is whether you understand it early enough to position correctly. Now, so if you want access to my framework and the portfolio structure that I'm using to position for this cycle, I want you to click the link in the description or comment strategy in the comment section. I'll drop the link there. And that's where I'll lay this out step by step. And again, let me know in the comments what you want me to break down next. I'll see you in the next one.